Hello designers, this is Rebecca and today I'm going to show you how to link to free fonts from the Adobe Font Catalog or to install free fonts from other resources. So, as when you're in Illustrator or Photoshop or InDesign, any Adobe software that lets you access fonts, you can basically go, once you have your type tool selected, you can go to your characters panel and click on the list of fonts here in the font menu. And then from there, you can start typing the name of the font that you'd like, or if there's something that you don't have that you would like, you can click on Find More here, and your software will connect to the Adobe server, and it'll take a little while to churn through all of the fonts that are in that catalog. And I just think there's a better way to do it. So let me show you what that is today. I recommend going to fonts.adobe.com. So you can also just Google Adobe Fonts and that'll be the first thing that pops up. And then from there, you can type in something that you're looking for. So if you're looking for vintage fonts, you can type in the word vintage and see what comes up. So not only are there fonts that have the word vintage in the name, but there's also some that have it as part of their description or something like that. And then if you scroll down, you can also click on font packs, which are pretty fun. And that's also along the top here in these little hot links. There's also a families section that's going to show you entire font families. But let's click on font packs and see what's in there. So these font packs are created by professional graphic designers or font foundries, and they're just pre-made little groupings that are pretty neat, that might help you with a specific type of project that you have. And then if there's examples in the background here of what you can use those fonts for, sometimes they'll even have Adobe stock templates that you can download to create your own version of those examples. So there's a little preview here, but if you scroll down a little bit further, you can see a longer preview according to the sample text that's here, and you can choose different sample text from this drop down, or you can enter your own. And then if you see something that you like, you can click on the View Family button, and then from there, View Family link, I should say, they'll show some examples of the text above there and then show you all of the different font options in that family. So sometimes you don't always need to download, let's see, 24, 28, 30, 30-ish versions, like fonts in this family. You might just need a medium, an italic, and a bold, something like that. So if you just need a few of them, you can go through and individually click the Add Font button. But if you know that having this whole family already linked to your account will be helpful, then you can just hit the Add Family button up here on the top. Since we're studying Victorian fonts, I wanted to just bring a few of them to your attention. This one here is called Brim Narrow, and it's cool because it already has these hatch lines throughout there, and you can color them whatever you'd like. You can change the color of the drop shadows. So if you like what you see there, you can add these fonts to your account. Another one is if you're looking for different ornaments, we have these adorn ornaments. And so there's some sort of Victorian elements here. We've got banners, we've got these little catchwords that are used regularly that are pretty nice, like of the, all those nice things. So that's a fun one too. And we have really super embellished letters on this side. Another one is the Adobe Caslin. So the reason why I have this one here is because Caslin was invented before the time that we're studying, so it's a safe font to download and use. And there's also some nice ornaments included in this font family. So that can be really useful. So let's go ahead and jump back into Adobe Illustrator. Once you have those font families loaded and you come back into your Adobe software, you may, if you're on a Mac, you may get a little pinwheel for just not even a whole minute usually. It just depends on how large the font family was that you linked. But once that pinwheel's done spinning, and if you have some text already laid out, then you can go ahead and go to your character panel and then you can start typing in the name of that font and it'll bring it up here. So if I go to Adobe Caslin Pro, let's see, there it is. If you want to see all of the glyphs that are in this font family, you can go up here to Type and then go to Glyphs. So it's the fifth option down. That's going to open a Glyphs panel. So this panel is not in the window option with all the rest of the panels. You've got to go to the type menu and search and click on glyph. So from there at the bottom, you can see these different ornaments here, which is pretty cool as long as every single other glyph available in that library. So that's helpful. Now I'd like to show you how to install free fonts that you may have downloaded from another resource. So I'll show you my two favorite resources. My first one is FontSquirrel. This is a really fun site, and the fonts that I've downloaded from here have been reliable and successful. So you can search up here in the text field, and I searched decorative. And so from there, we can just scroll down and see what comes up. So this Riesling font is gorgeous, but it's really teetering on the edge of deco. So we're gonna look for something more elaborate and Victorian like this Rothenberg decorative. This selfish one is kind of neat. It might be a little too, I don't know, too kind of sketch looking. But let's keep going. And there's another page. So I think that this one's pretty cool. This Cinzel decorative. And then we have this these Davies decorative ornaments. So some of those could be useful. And we have, look at this Exotica one. That was super intricate. So some of these are pretty sort of gothic and really extra, old school, for lack of a better word, but that's okay. So, because they were still using some of these at that time. And then look at how elaborate these ornaments are here. So those are also some fun options. And this Silly Glade one could be effective for something. This King's things it's pretty crazy, but if you like it, you can give it a shot. You can experiment with it. And then just old fashioned. This is it's a little bit deco to me, but it's also sort of slab. So if you think that that's something that you could make look Victorian, that's also an option, okay? My other site that I like is DaFont. You probably heard of this one before, but I searched Victorian in the search field up in the corner there. And they do have some nice one. The Great Victorian looks nice. This Victorian Decade and Victorian Parlor looks really cool. This one is a little too medieval, definitely. But this Victorian Supremacy looks nice, as well as this one is super floral and elaborate, so that's nice. And then we've got these free Victorian ornaments as well as these ones too. So there are some really great options there. So once you hit download and it's downloaded, it depends on if it's a zipped file or not. If it's zipped, you just double click on it. And then from there, you're going to open up your font book if you're on a Mac. If you're on a PC, you can just right click on that unzipped file and install the font from that menu that pops up when you right click. On a Mac though, if you open up font book, mine takes a while to load because I have a ton of fonts. So once your font book loads, you can just go to your Finder window and to your Downloads folder, and then find the folder that you unzipped. If sometimes it's just a single file like this, it might be an OTF file or a TTF file, you can just click and drag that single file and drop it into FontBook. But if it's a folder, you just drop the whole folder right in there. And then you wait for it to load. So once it's done loading, I like to just click on the search bar here and start entering the name of the one that I installed, and I'll just double click on it and I can look at the glyphs here if I'd like. Or like I showed you earlier, you can look at the glyphs in the glyphs panel. But look at these beautiful ligatures this one comes with. This is called Swashington. This is a really fun font. It even has some ligatures for the lowercase letters, so that's gorgeous. And I'll just keep going to see if there's any kind of ornaments. There's lots of different alternative capital letters here with some swishy tails that look incredible. I can't wait to use. And just keep going. Look at that. Awesome. So Swashington is not a free font, unfortunately, but I can share a link to that font in the description. But yeah, once it's in there, then you're good to go. You can go on over to Illustrator or Photoshop or InDesign, and you may get the pinwheel. So once the pinwheel stops spinning, this was a really huge font family that I just linked there. So I'm going to type in Swashington into my character field there, and I'm going to find it. And there it is. So then when I select my first letter, when you have a font family that has different letter options, you're going to see this little guide down here in the bottom. And you can just click on that and you can scroll through the different options. How neat is that? So this one just has two options. And then you can highlight the different ones and see what the other options are. That's a little too crazy, I think. We'll just keep it at the original E here. And then since this W is at the end of that word, I could get crazy like that and give it a little swoosh. And then let's try out our different Fs. Look, ooh, fun. There's so many. Ooh, yeah. I like that one. Try the different O's. And then if it has a ligature, it's going to automatically apply the ligature with the neighboring letter. So that's not something that you need to do yourself. Let's see what this T option is here. Okay, I'll switch that in back. Ugh, too matchy. Let's see. Maybe just go with the regular N. Oh yeah, that's nice. I might do the N instead of the T, but I'll just have to play with it. All right, thanks so much for watching.